I've been hearing this conversation around the water cooler of Twitch to say streaming is harder than a 9 to 5. I've seen this talk before, but it kind of got revitalized by Hassan, Asmongold. I've been Preacher talking about it as well. To be honest, I have to lean towards that's bullshit. The big reason why is because like I've done it. I've done it. Like if I would have had enough time to hone streaming and hone like skills for YouTube and stuff like that, I would have definitely leaned into that more than the jobs that I did, because it would have like, you know, it allowed me to do more stuff. So Bunny, you had said I'd much rather be a content creator full-time with a livable income than working 9 to 5. Exactly. I would probably say it's harder to make money, but the action itself isn't harder. Yes, it is harder to, it's hard to get started up, but the long-term payoff is wait, come on. If you do become like a top tier streamer and people are like, you know, continuously get like, bro, take me for example, games will come out back to back to back to back, right? And I'm like, dang, I want to play this game. I want to play this game. I want to give y'all content for this game. And I want to give y'all content for this game, right? So for me, that means I'm going to have to purchase all of those games, right? Being on here, talking with you all, building a community, I have people that buy me titles all the time. Where else in any other workplace are people buying you shit like that? Where? Like explain that to me. When have you ever been on like your work site, aside from somebody maybe one day being like, hey bro, you want me to grab you some lunch real quick? You know, I'll do something nice. And that's if you really fuck with your coworkers and if your coworkers really fuck with you. For here, not only have I been donated money and donated games, folks from here have given my son clothing, have knitted us a quilt and sent us that, sent us wine, sent us stuff. Where else are you getting that? This TikToker said it best: be a content creator if you want to be spoiled. Hey, slick, yes and no though, but that's where it comes, that's where the talk comes in of like, it's hard, the upstart is hard. When you become established in the streaming space, your money goes from either this or this to infinite. Literally. It goes from either here or there to like, oh, there's no fucking limit. I have worked so many jobs that I'm like, no, this is the best thing I've ever been able to do. This here, and we're not even like a big community, bro. Like we have a nice sized community, but we're not even a huge community. And I would much rather stream than work any of the jobs I used to have. Bro, I worked at GameStop and Spencer's at the same time. I worked at both of them stores at the same fucking time. And that shit was stressful as hell. But if you want to spoil a content creator, please make it a good one. Yeah. Bro, I want you to just think about this real quick. Amaranth talked about being in her marriage and how it was bad and detrimental to her mental health, right? Didn't somebody send her $50,000? Like in cash. Like somebody mailed her an emergency phone, and I think it was $50,000, right? Am I tripping? She sat down in front of her computer, talked about things that was happening in her life, and someone sent her $50,000 fucking dollars. Not to say that what she was going through wasn't traumatic, because yes, I mean, a situation like that is traumatic. Or somebody sent her $50,000 fucking dollars and an emergency phone with their number in it to be like, yo, if you ever need help, just contact this number. That's crazy. That is so much money, bro. I don't think I've ever worked a job where I got that much money, even a year. You can casually mention an issue and money is thrown at it. That's easier than a regular job when you have to work. Yes. I mean, literally, I've been on stream and I've been like, y'all, I'm trying to get some groceries, so I'm going to stream until we raise up enough money for the groceries, right? And then literally within the next 5 minutes, I was sent like $150. What job is that going to happen for you at? I just like, think about that, bro. Think about how many people, bro. I was just watching a video of RDC World stream where they have over 7,000 subscribers, bro. Over 7,000. I think it was over the 7,500 mark. Not to mention minimum wage is horrible. I mean, minimum wage is bullshit. There is no minimum wage job you can work right now that will allow you to live anywhere. You have to have multiple hustles. Dog, I have worked for FedEx. When I say work for FedEx, that's not, oh, I get in the van. I get in the van, I put on a seatbelt, I drive to the job, I drive home, I deliver the packages. Like it wasn't like that. I had to get up early in the morning, like 6, 7 a.m., get in there, scan all my boxes, number them, load the entire truck up, wait for them to allow me to leave, because I couldn't just leave after I got all my stuff, because if there was like one box missing, if there was a truck stuck somewhere, we had to wait for it. So I'm supposed to leave at 8 a.m. Sometimes I would leave at 9, 10, 11:30. That destroys my entire fucking day. You talking about a job that's mentally taxing? Try mentally, emotionally, and physically, literally physically taxing. Peep this too. I was working at this job with a person that started to try to give me more work. The person that worked next to me that was welcoming me to the job, he started putting extra work that he didn't want to do on me. Different places that he didn't want to deliver to, he would put it on me. Now here's the thing, at FedEx, when you finished, you were done. You could just come back to the place, drop your truck off, and then go home. This dude would get done, remind you, we're supposed to leave out at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Bro would get done at like 11, 12. Come back and go home. Bro has the whole rest of the day to himself. So if you're that good at your job, why are you giving me extra shit to do? And I'm like here, I'm getting all my shit together, I'm getting my groove in, and now you're sending me to different fucking places I've never been to because you don't want to do something. So you know what I had to do at my job, bruh? Because of my coworker doing something to me, I had to then get up because we were supposed to be there like maybe like 6:37. I had to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. I had to wake up at 5 a.m. every day to get there before him so I could lock my route in and be like, do not add nothing to me. Don't add anything to me. If he comes in and tries to add something to me, do not allow him to do it. And then if I was in there, like I would look at all my shit, I'm like, okay, this is what I got. I'll be scanning my stuff. Then I would hear booty. And I would look at my scanner and that shit would be like, this guy added on to you, this guy added on to you. And as soon as I would see that, I would look over at the door and I would see him coming out of the office. And I would go, oh, okay. And I would walk in there, walk right past him, go into the office, and I would go, hey, I just got these two added onto my route. And they were like, yeah. I said, okay, yeah, could you take those off and put them back to whoever just moved them to me? Because of me doing that, my coworker in the truck that sat right next to me every day did not speak to me for an entire year. Bro, and this is not I'm not like joking. Bro did not speak to me for an entire year, my coworker, because he was giving me work that he was trying to just put off on me, that he could do. Grown ass man. Bro got like two, 3 kids, a wife, all that shit. I was like, I forgot how old I was, maybe like 23, 24. I can't even fucking remember how old I was working that job. Let me make it even worse for you, right? Because he had been working that job longer than me, he had seniority. So even when I was coming in at 5 a.m. to stop him from doing that to me, in the next coming weeks, he would call my boss the night before and then have my boss move shit to me. He would call my boss the night before and have him move shit over to me. I've never had somebody come into my stream and go, hey bro, can you play Final Fantasy for me real quick, bro? Just play that shit for like 2 hours. Who the fuck finna come in here and tell me what to do and then I have to just do it? I can do whatever the fuck I want on here. If I wanted to stand up right now and do a motherfucking belly roll, I could do that shit. Am I gonna get fired from Twitch for that shit? No. If I'm at a job and I take my shirt off and I do a fucking belly roll in the middle of that bit, like, yeah, y'all see that? I'm gonna get fucking fired. Bro was like, yeah, sometimes this shit is soul crushing. And I'm like, okay, well, the thing is, bro, you create your community. So you created your community through politics and talking about politics. So you literally argue with motherfuckers all day. Arguing with people all day is exhausting. I'm not finna sit here and argue with you all day. If somebody came in my chat to argue with me all day, I'm gonna ban you. Like, I'm not finna sit here and deal with your shit. I do politics with family only. Arguing with strangers has to be exhausting. I don't argue. I don't do it. If it starts to become an argument, like if I have discussions with people, if folks start to get loud and they're not listening to one another, I take myself out of the situation because I'm not finna do that shit. I don't have no time for it. To get back to the original point of is streaming harder than a 9-to-5? At any point in time, literally right now, if I was too tired, I could be like, all right, y'all, I'm tired. I'm gonna get off. I'll see y'all later. And I could turn this motherfucker off, right? When you go to work, if you get tired, you tell your boss, hey bro, I'm finna head out, bro. What's your boss finna say to you? What's gonna happen to you? You think you're gonna be working there long? Your incentive to stay on stream longer is to attain more money. You know that if, especially with your huge communities, if you stream longer, you will get more money. I can understand you having to learn a whole bunch of new skills and then doing more and more to try to build up the brand of you. I do understand that. But a nigga's not finna tell me that me sitting here streaming games and talking to y'all is harder than when I was replacing windshields in people's cars. You're not telling me that, bro. I'm literally not hearing that shit. Bro, if I got paid the same I do now to stream up, and you know what? And there it is. There it is. There it is, Mark. There it is, bro. If I got paid the same I do now to stream, I would choose streaming over that. Most people will, and that's the point. I worked in an airport for, I believe, a year. And I was working in the airport. Sorry. Let's do it like this. I was working at GameStop and Spencer's for almost 2 years, working 2 fucking jobs. At the same time I was doing that, I was also in college. Then after leaving those jobs, I was still in college and I was working at the fucking airport where my schedules were constantly conflicting because the airport needed people for a certain time period and I just had to fit into that time period. So I was exhausted all the time. I had to work from 3 p.m. to 12. I had to work from 3 to midnight and the trains and the buses stopped at midnight. So I had to work from 3 to midnight and then sleep in the fucking airport until 5 a.m. where I could get on the train and bus to go home. And my house via train and bus was 3 fucking hours away. You're gonna tell me that doing that shit is not as hard as me sitting here and talking to you right now? I love streaming. This is something that I love to do. If I could get paid as much as I was getting paid cleaning carpet or changing windshields out on here, that's a fucking no-brainer. Would you rather stream a game and talk to people that you like, or wake up at 3 in the morning, drive 40 minutes to fix a flood in somebody's house? What do you mean? You don't want to get up at 2 a.m. and clean up fecal matter in a random person's house? No, Joe, I don't want to do that no more. No. And this is what I'm talking about. That's what me and Joe had to do. We would have to, like, if you were on call, you would have to wake the fuck up at like an ungodly hour, and you've already worked. You've worked the whole day. Then you gotta get the fuck back up at like 3 a.m. Bruh, I'd rather stream all day than that. I know you would. I know you would. Because when you stream, you get to pick your own hours. At your job, you can't do that, brother. The thing a lot of people forget is that if you're mentally drained more often than not, your community will give you that break. But that 9 to 5, you don't have any options. You getting fired if you miss that day. If I miss too many days at a job and I don't have them days to call off, I'm gonna get reprimanded and probably fired. If I'm streaming, if I tell y'all, I'm just not in a fucking good space right now, and I can't fucking do this right now. If I take a week off of streaming, I come back. And I'm like, I'm back. And then folks go, man, here's some subs, nigga. Here's some bits, bro. Here's some love, bro. Where else that happen? You think you missed 5 days of your job, you gonna come back in and bro's gonna congratulate you for getting through it? You're not coming back to shit. Streaming might seem easy, but content creation and entertaining is not. And that is correct. Content creation is not easy. It is not an easy thing to do. And see, this is what I want y'all to know. I am not saying that doing this is easy. I'm saying that it's not harder than a literal physical labor job. The thing is, when it comes to streaming for real, and I'll say it like this, either you have the metal for it or you don't. Maybe you're not a streamer. Maybe you're not a good streamer, but maybe you're really good at making YouTube content. It's all up to you to pivot to what you think your strength is, but you still get to pick your own hours. You still get to pick when and where. And at any point in time, if I'm like, I'm tired of this and I don't want to do this no more, I can go like this. I can just turn it off. Answer the pin message, hell yeah. You can't call out. You have to make yourself productive and ambitious enough to push yourself forward. And that is also a good answer for that. And with content creation, you can experiment forever until you find what works for you. And I agree with that too. But the thing is that two things can be right at the same time. I can sit here and tell you, I have worked so many 9-to-5s that have been not only soul crushing, but having to deal with coworkers that are fucking terrible that I have to see every day. When I was cleaning carpet, if somebody wasn't pulling their weight, I had to pick up the fucking slack. And it's like, damn. So then all this shit will fall on me, but then they would be getting paid more. So I'm like, how the fuck is bruh getting paid more than me? And I've had to pick up bruh's slack. These things can happen. Would you rather do that, or would you rather stream? And again, that's not saying that streaming is easy. That's not saying that content creation is easy. It's not. Creating a community, gathering a community, getting more and more people in. Again, we can agree on shit and we can disagree on shit. I'm not gonna be mad at you for disagreeing with me. Y'all are making good points. In my opinion, streaming is not harder than a 9-to-5. In my opinion, it's just not. I do understand what it means because you have to, to Boogie's point, you have to respect yourself and what you're doing and your content enough to continuously push yourself to keep going. There are a lot of times where I've thought about quitting streaming, but you all make me keep going. I think about you all, I think about this community that we've made, and I can't stop. Physical labor will always be a harder job no matter the industry, and I agree with that. You have to be strong-willed to keep going through it all, and I agree with that. What both of you just said exist at the same time.
KD, yeah, KalesDad TTV, yeah, 2020, 2020. No, let me say it right, let me say it right. 2020, 2020 to 22 be learned. First things first, brand new year with a brand new verse. Get into the bag, I'ma claim that purse. Gotta focus on me, but I got you with alert, dog. Not bad for an introvert. Chill vibes, but they go berserk.